If you're thinking about leaving your job and walking away from a great career to do something that you love, something a little bit more unconventional, outside the box, and you haven't already replaced your income, then I'm sure that is high on your list of things to do. Now, I'm going to assume that you don't necessarily have a long runway, meaning you don't have a ton of money saved up for this transition. But if you do, that's great. But if you don't, then our first goal is to put together some type of system where we can start to replace that active income. Now, I'm also assuming that you perhaps have something on the side that you've already started to sell. And what we want to do is we want to scale that up and we want to ramp that up before you quit your job so that that transition can be a little bit more smoother. I know it took me about 5 years to replace my income once I quit my job, and that time was filled with a lot of stress and anxiety. um, Turned out to be worth it, but at the same time, I don't necessarily want that for you. Um, and so, how do we sell more of whatever this thing is that we have to offer? And we're already selling a little bit on the side, but we got to ramp it up. Um, well, I want you to think about that offer in terms of it being a solution to a problem. Now, obviously, depending on what that offer is, you might have to get a little bit creative in terms of thinking through, what is this a solution to? Uh, it could be if it's apparel, it could be an identity issue. There could be a lack of opportunity to display a certain identity, in my dress, and maybe your product solves that for me. Maybe your apparel, your shirts or whatever, solve that for me because now it gives me something that I could put on. Or maybe you have something that solves a more practical problem, or maybe it's a service and you haven't yet thought about, yeah, what is the problem that I'm solving here? Um, Once you can get clear on that and define it, it opens up a lot more opportunity because now you can double down intentionally on finding people with that problem. And once you reach that point, you can start to make reasonable guesses about who those people are, where you can find them, and how you can reach them, uh, and show them that you got what they need. And oftentimes you'll find that in this digital world we can set up things, we can place content different places, and we can have things working in our behalf in an automated way. And yeah, that's a goal. So hopefully you found this useful, and perhaps maybe even a starting point in your own journey. But again, I caution you, do what you got to do to scale up your side hustle now. Find the resources, the advice, the mentorship, whatever you need to grow that thing, so that when you make the transition, you're not stressed out about, okay, crap, how am I going to live? You can do it a little bit more comfortably. Now, that might mean a little bit more discomfort now, but trust me, discomfort in a job is a lot better than discomfort without one. Peace.